alleged manifesto, a history of chronic pain. Friends say he's been off the grid for months.
Just shocked and crushed. It really seems, from the person that I lived with, it seems unimaginable.
What we're learning about the suspect arrested following the United Healthcare CEO's killing and what's next in the case. Plus, a rash of car break-ins now prompting safety concerns in a Montgomery County community.
Steady rain and wind will be arriving tonight into your Wednesday morning. We'll let you know if this could impact your morning commute on Wednesday.
Then, if you haven't gotten your Christmas tree just yet, the clock is ticking. The rideshare company now helping to bring your Christmas tree right to your door. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for the news at 4 here. I'm Annalisa Gale.
And I'm Randy Bass. In for Mark Hall this afternoon. We start with breaking news. The suspect in the deadly shooting of United Healthcare CEO has been denied bail.
Yeah, Luigi Mangione was booked on murder charges last night following a nearly week-long manhunt that ended at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. He's accused of shooting and killing CEO Brian Thompson in Manhattan last Wednesday.
And as he was arriving to court today, the 26-year-old alleged shooter struggled with deputies and shouted words to the press.
We do it, and it's completely out of touch, and it's insult the intelligence of the American people and its lived experience.
Now, those inside the courtroom say Mangione mostly looks straight ahead, occasionally consulting papers and rocking in his chair. At the brief hearing, the suspect's defense lawyer informing the court that Mangione would not waive extradition to New York, but instead wants a hearing on the issue.
And we're now learning more about Mangione, who grew up in a prominent Baltimore, Maryland area family.
Yeah, DC News Now's Liberty Simmons joining us live in Elk Ridge outside a health services facility that his family owns. Liberty, what else are you learning here?
Annalisa and Randy, some of the people that we spoke with here say they were surprised to hear about the shooting of the United Healthcare CEO, but never thought there would be any such connections here.
Shocked and crushed as I am that, something like this, that he went about something like this, it really seems, from the person that I lived with, it seems unimaginable.
This former roommate of the suspected United Healthcare CEO killer described Luigi Mangione as a generous and kind person. He says Mangione came to Hawaii with a back injury and was doing everything he could to not be in pain. News Nation also spoke with a former classmate of Mangione, Freddie Leatherbury. He says he never thought the surveillance photos of the shooting would turn out to be Mangione.
Nothing connected to me when I saw the surveillance footage, and that's so impressive to me that the McDonald's worker, of all people, who had never seen this person in his life, picked him out of a crowd basically and said, "I know that guy, he's the wanted guy." That to me is crazy, but I had never really drawn that connection. Now, after seeing the name applied and seeing the pictures again, I definitely do see that, though.
DC News Now also confirmed Mangione's family owns and operates assisted living facilities across the region called Lorien Health Services. A representative for the family released a statement saying, in part, "Our family is shocked and devastated by Luigi's arrest. We offer our prayers to the family of Brian Thompson." And some people who have family members living at this facility did tell us that they do feel for the Mangione family. Meanwhile, according to the company website, the Mangione family founded Lorien Health Services more than 40 years ago. For now, live here in Elk Ridge, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. A new law enforcement bulletin obtained by the Associated Press reveals new details about a possible motivation in the shooting. It says Mangione was likely motivated by his anger with what he called parasitic health insurance companies. An NYPD source tells News Nation Mangione allegedly has a 2 to 3 page written manifesto that will be used as evidence. The police source says the manifesto includes quotes like, "Frankly, these parasites had it coming," and "I do apologize for any strife or traumas, but it had to be done." The words deny, depose, and defend were written on the shell casings found at the scene of the shooting. The words appear to be a possible reference to a book titled Delay, Deny, Defend, which details how insurance companies reject requests for medical coverage.
And right now we're learning a McDonald's customer who witnessed Monday's arrest says he thought his friend was joking when he pointed out a customer at the restaurant who looked like the alleged shooter who killed the United Healthcare CEO. Then shortly after, a worker's tip led to Mangione being taken into custody.
the one worker that actually thought it was him, she said that between his eyes and his eyebrows, she says, when I took his order, it was like she got in her mind, oh my God, it's a guy from New York.
Now, since Mangioni's arrest, the McDonald's location is getting slammed with negative reviews as people call for him to be freed, which has led Yelp to shut down the reviews at that particular location.
And the alleged shooter is cousins with Republican Maryland State Delegate Nino Mangione, who represents part of the Baltimore area. In light of the arrest, he has canceled a fundraising event planned for this Thursday at Hayfields Country Club. In a Facebook post this morning, he said, "My family and I are heartbroken and ask that you remember the family of Mr. Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, in your prayers." DC News Now's phone calls and voicemails to the delegate were not immediately returned today. We want you to stick with DC News Now as we continue to follow these developments. We've got continuing coverage on our website at dcnewsnow.com and another report coming up at 4:30.
All right, taking a live look outside here at the nation's capital in the district right now. Still a bit of fog over there. It's really tough to see, but not as bad as this morning.
Not as bad as this morning, but I took the trip out to Ellicott City today following that developing news. Still very foggy out there the entire way up I-95 today.
All right, turning over to meteorologist Damon Matson for our first look at our forecast. And Damon, it's about to get even trickier tomorrow morning too.
Right, and our attention will shift a little bit from the fog that was the main story here today, weather-wise, to the rain, the wind, and the cold that this next storm system is about to bring us. But as you just saw there, yes, conditions have improved since earlier this morning in terms of that fog, but we still do have areas of reduced visibility as it has not totally cleared out. Again, we have a better view out there toward parts of the district into northern Virginia, but where you see these very low numbers, 1, 2, 3 miles of visibility, that's where that fog is still having an impact. And where this white color is out toward Garrett County just goes to show that there are still areas of dense fog as you go about the DMV. Now, this is all still taking place with cloud cover increasing. We had a wave of showers roll across western Maryland and West Virginia earlier this afternoon. The rest of us have stayed relatively dry outside of some areas of drizzle, but as we head into the night, we'll start to see that first little bit of the steadier rainfall that is about to take shape as we head later in the night. There it is. By 8, 9 o'clock, we'll start to see that steady rain fill in, and it's not going to let up as we head into the day on Wednesday, which is a DMV first warn day because we are going to see rounds of heavy rainfall. Those winds will pick up and the temperatures are about to tumble. So we'll time out when all of that will happen and what impacts you could run into with this weather rolling in tomorrow. That's all coming up, and a look at your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. We turn to D.C., where police are now searching for multiple armed robbery suspects. Look here at this video. Disturbing surveillance footage shows a group robbing a driver at gunpoint and taking off with the car. It happened at a gas station off Sherman Avenue in Northwest in Columbia Heights. This was back on November 23rd. Police are offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest.
Also new this afternoon, the principal of Wootton High School in Montgomery County now on administrative leave. We're still working to learn more details about the reason why, but we've confirmed Douglas Nelson's status with MCPS. The news comes as the school investigates a racial slur written on a black student's desk. It's the second racist incident reported at the school since May. Wootton sent a letter to families on Sunday outlining their plan to end hate at the school. That plan includes diversity training and workshops among teachers and other staff members. Meantime, in the district now, city and federal leaders are working to find common ground as both continue to push for a return to office policy for government workers.
And that discussion happening today during a House Appropriations Subcommittee oversight hearing. The group talking about D.C.'s 2025 budget.
Yeah, DC News Now's Marielle Carbone was in the hearing room today. And Marielle, the focus on federal workers stems from the impact it has on D.C.'s local economy.
Yeah, and in turn, Annalisa, on the budget here. Now, the mayor testifying today that her main focuses on the budget are public safety, education, and downtown. And without people living and working downtown, it's hard to make the downtown actually thrive, which is why she's so supportive and says it's vital for federal workers to return to office.
With more people working remotely post-pandemic,
Less foot traffic in downtown D.C. is having a noticeable impact.
When workers are in their offices, many of them go out for lunch or they go and buy something, a gift, and they're not.
Sales tax revenue is down, and district leaders say revenue growth is slowing.
This has a cascading effect. This is not just simply an issue of whether you should work from home or not, is it not?
So the bottom line is remote work hinders the growth of our economy.
According to Glenn Lee, D.C.'s chief financial officer, the use of office space is down 50% compared to 2019. That means on any given day, between 100 and 250,000 fewer people are commuting to downtown. It's a concerning metric for both federal and district leaders as Congress looks to adjust government telework policies.
People all across the district want to make sure we have a vibrant downtown.
The push for a return to office is just one area Mayor Muriel Bowser and House Appropriation Committee members found common ground on Tuesday as leaders met to discuss D.C.'s 2025 fiscal year budget.
Most federal workers should be in the office most of the time.
Bowser is calling for a centralized policy.
We don't think that individual agencies making decisions, one-off decisions, about what the telework policy is the most efficient.
And as for D.C. government workers, the mayor says that they are required to be in office 4 days a week. And she says that policy went into place in June following the pandemic. So when people are concerned about workers quitting, she says that hasn't been the case here. And that's a potential model that other agencies can follow. Live in the newsroom, I'm Marielle Carbone, D.C. News Now.
Marielle, thank you. Well, happening now in Virginia, federal forestry crews say rain and lighter winds Monday helped their efforts to contain a wildfire in the George Washington and Jefferson National Park. That fire burning in Augusta County was listed as roughly 1,900 acres in size. Crews say good conditions gave them valuable time to improve containment lines, and the fire is 12% contained now. Also new today, the Washington Metro Rail Safety Commission has given WMATA the green light to use automated trains on the Red Line. They say the Metro Rail has met its safety certification responsibilities, and after observing the testing of its automated trains for the past 2 years, the organization believes the trains should be safe for public use. Although trains will be automated, there will still be certified Metro Rail operators aboard to take manual control if needed.
After 18 years serving as a United States Senator for the state of Maryland, Ben Cardin is saying goodbye to his colleagues, speaking on the Senate floor for the last time today. Cardin thanked his fellow Marylanders for their trust over the years. He recounted his involvement in lawmaking. Before stepping away for the final time, he left lawmakers on both sides of the aisle with this message.
We don't have to agree on every single issue, and we never will. But when we defend the constitutional powers of this institution and the prerogatives of the legislative branch together, we create positive results for the country.
With his final speech now in the books, Cardin says he is looking forward to spending more time with his family.